Pisces, this is Nightbird Tarot. I'm here to do your daily check-in. Today is April 19th, 2026, but when you find this message is when you're meant to receive it. Let's take a look at what the tarot have to say, and this will be a general reading for all Pisces placements, so not every reading will resonate with everyone, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's call in spirit. Okay, Pisces, I hope that you're all doing well. Hope that you're having a good weekend. Let's see what the energy is like for the day. And what message Spirit wants you to know at the time they're viewing this reading or this video. Okay. In the recent past, it looks like you've gone through some type of change. You've gone from perhaps not really nurturing yourself there was an ending of sorts that happened in the recent past, but almost like it ended, but there's still unfinished business. And you really haven't been nurturing yourself through this ending. There's definitely a change that has happened, but it's like, it's not been a huge change, or it hasn't completely changed yet. There's an ending here that has not completely, you have not completely shut the door on, Pisces, in the recent past. There's definitely been a change, but not a major change. And you're not nurturing yourself in some way here with the Queen of Cups here being in the recent past. Maybe you're not following through with an ending. Perhaps, Pisces. You may have had like an indecision about the ending. Maybe you keep going back and forth about this ending. There's definitely been a change in your life, but not a huge change. It's almost like you have this inability to actually end this. Present moment, please, Spirit. Present moment, please, Spirit. Okay, so the Knight of Wands at the center of your reading is about fast-moving action. It feels like, you know, with these pentacles surrounding you, we have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the Knight of Pentacles. It feels like, you know, you're not in your independence of some sort with the Nine of Pentacles being reversed. Perhaps you're not in a financial situation to be independent enough to make a move. Perhaps to completely end whatever this is in the past. with this Knight of Pentacles, it feels like you're just like going through the motions. Because perhaps you could be financially tied to this situation and you have the inability to break free from this and completely end it. You're not nurturing yourself here because you're not financially stable enough in order to move forward away from this or completely change this or end this situation. Could be a job, could be a relationship. So you're just going through the motions of everyday life with the Knight of Pentacles here. But at the center of your reading, the Knight of Wands, it's like you want to take action. You want this to end. But it's like you're stuck because you could be financially tied to this situation. Near future. We'll go back and clarify. Near future, please, Spirit. I see more balance in the near future. I see a better financial balance, but there's going to be conflict. And I feel like you're going to sit on your throne. I feel like you're going to end up ending this situation. Because I feel like you're going to become more prosperous. And we have the Moon card. Here's your energy in the shadow here, Pisces. Whatever you think you shall be is kind of what Spirit is saying to me. So it's almost like you need to manifest this. It's like you're wanting to take action, but you're like financially tied to this situation that has not completely ended. But I do see in the future there's some type of conflict where you may be stepping out on your own. You're more prosperous and you are sitting on your throne here with the Queen of Pentacles. Much better off in the future here. This could also be somebody offering you a new job or a new way of making money. Somebody's going to be very generous with you, offering you a position. Or you're going to end up being more generous because you have better financial situation. But there's some type of conflict here. Perhaps the ending. Maybe they don't want you to go. So this is like, it's either like a situation where you're tied to family members or financially you're tied to somebody, or it's like a job. Let's go back and clarify, Pisces. Please clarify the world. Yeah, you're the wounded warrior here with the World card. So it's like, no matter how hard you work, it's like you're always beaten down. Whatever action you try to take, you cannot complete all the way to the 10 of Wands. So there's like unfinished business here. Please clarify the Queen of Cups. Yeah, you have this indecision about giving more of your heart, more of your love towards a situation. Could be a job, could be a person. Please clarify the Tower. So we have the King of Swords. I feel like that's who you're dealing with. Yeah, it's like you have to stand your ground with this King of Swords. This person who wants to have, this person who, you know, has this mental hold over you. And you have to stand your ground with this person. And that's what changes, is you're standing your ground with this person in the past. There is an indecision on whether to give this person more or not emotionally. You've done a lot of work on this situation, but it's like you're so wounded from this. But you have this indecision whether to end it or not. Perhaps because you're financially tied to this person. Please clarify the Nine of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Yeah, you have this inability to walk away. Perhaps because you're financially tied to this person. Like I said, it's a job or it's a, you know, commitment where you might have shared income or something like that. The Seven of Swords is telling me that, you know, you may be getting some advice on how to move forward or how to make a decision about moving on. I do see a swift action here with the Knight of Wands here at the center of your reading. 1 second, Pisces. Sorry about that, Pisces. Didn't want to sneeze right on camera again. Let's see. Let's clarify this Knight of Wands. So we have the Queen of Wands reversed, and please clarify the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Star card. Okay, so it's like you want to, you're like tied to this person financially. And you may be getting advice on how to move forward to end this situation completely. We have the Queen of Wands that is clarifying the this Knight of Wands, this action, the center of your reading. And I feel like what I'm feeling here is that this could be you taking action, but you know that by you taking action here to completely end this situation is going to bring in conflict, which it does in the future. So it's like you have to summon up the courage in order to confront this person, in order to completely end ties with this person who you may be financially tied to, or a job, in order to move forward towards your hopes and dreams here of creating a future, a financial future that is brighter. So I feel like, you know, you may end up getting a new job or something like that, but you've got to go and tell your old boss, who you don't really want to tell, who you've been tied to financially. There's been an indecision on whether to completely close out this chapter. But there's been you've been doing a lot of work, you've been carrying a heavy load here. It's wounded you. And no matter how much you do for this person, there is always not enough. You're not making enough money, maybe. There's not enough to provide. You're still wounded, no matter how much you work. And you have this indecision about, you know, cutting ties with this person, you know, in the past. But I see you taking action here, Pisces, in order to move towards more abundance and more fulfillment here with the Star card. at the present moment. So I feel like this is going on. Again, everyone's on a different timeline, so this is going to happen or it has already happened, where you may have closed a chapter here or wanting to close this chapter. So you've been doing things in a very traditional way, repetitive way in order to keep, you know, ties to this person that helps you out financially. But I feel like you have more hopes and dreams for yourself. The star card here is the Aquarius energy. So there's a sign here, obviously, that things are going to improve by you taking action in order to put an end to this situationship where you're tied to this situation by money. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles, please, Spirit. Yeah, I definitely see more prosperity for you, for the home, the family in the near future here. Please clarify the Five of Wands. And your hard work is going to pay off, even though there has been conflict with this situation in the past. Please clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. And I feel like it's almost like you're going to get a new position here. Like it's almost like you got a new job offer. And you're going to be more prosperous. Or there's a situation here where your hard work is going to pay off. The conflict that you had with this individual from the past is going to pay off, because I do see much happier times here, in much more luxury lifestyle here. You're being offered more of a loving, stable, emotional, fulfilling situation here in the near future. I definitely see a lot more money coming in for you. Sorry about my nose, everyone. Back of the deck here, yeah. So this is something new that's coming in for you. This is the Six of Cups in the reverse position. So something brand new is coming in for you, Pisces. It feels like it could be employment or a new way of making money, but you're going to have to let go what no longer serves you in the past here. Somebody that you may have been held back from because you were financially tied to them. Let's pull a message from the Akashic Records. Actually, let's get some advice real quick here. Pretty good reading, though. I mean, it looks like it's leading you towards a lot of abundance. What is the advice for Pisces, please, Spirit? The nightmare is over. Things are looking up. Better health. What is the advice for Pisces? One more, please, Spirit. Yeah, look at things a different. You're going to be looking at things in a different way, because there's a newness here. So your advice is to look at things a different way, because the nightmare is over. You're going to be more abundant. You're going to be feeling a lot better. So Pisces, Spirit says, look at things in a different way now, because you're going to be prosperous here in the future. And I definitely see a firmer foundation with the Four of Wands here in the back of the deck. Beautiful. Let's pull an Akashic Records Oracle card for you, Pisces. One more shuffle. Spirit, message from the Akashic Records to finish up this reading for Pisces, please, Spirit. Message for Pisces, please, Spirit. It says bravery. You're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear. What did I say? Which is understandable, but you have the strength and bravery to make this decision, and you will feel much lighter when you do. I can't make this up, Pisces. It's definitely a decision that you have to make here. It's not an easy one, but it's going to lead you towards more abundance and happier times. What else do I want to pull? Let's pull a Trust Your Vibe Oracle card as well. Yep, so you got to be brave here, Pisces, and make this change completely. It's almost like you wanted to in the past, but you could not make it. There's like unfinished business tied to this person, indecision about leaving this situation, whatever it was, person, place, thing. Spirit, message from What's the Vibe Oracle, or Trust the Vibe Oracle. Message for Pisces, please, Spirit. So we have number 5. So look up that angel number, and the word says quiet, please. So let's read from the book here. So you'll look up number 5, angel number. There'll be an additional message for you for today. So it says, quiet, please. I'll read from the book here. It says, right now, your spirit needs quiet downtime so you can reconnect your authentic self and receive inner guidance. The noise and distraction of the outer world can be challenging to cut through. If so, retreat into the soothing sanctuary of calm silence, and meditate. Listen to soft music, journal, avoid the crowd, and go within. The more quiet time you allow yourself, the clearer your next steps will be. So it's almost like Spirit is saying, take the time to go within in order to make this decision, to push forward, in order to make your dreams come true here in the near future, as you're going to be stepping into more abundance. So perhaps having that quiet time away from distraction is going to help, you connect with Spirit, which will then guide you to where it is that you need to be. So I'm going to leave the message there, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Hit the hype button too as well, please, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow for your daily and your money story. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.